am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omari. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Ethnic jerk marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Greetings, and good afternoon. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Manningsman. And it's good to be here after a very long weekend. Want to first say welcome again to the platform. Hope you enjoy your weekend. You're enjoying your day. We're going to have a very concise video just discussing some of the stuff that were said in the press conference, because later this evening we're going to have a next program discussing the starting 11 in the wee hours of the night. But let me welcome one and all to the platform today as you tune in to listen to some of the stuff that came up in the recently concluded press conference with Coach Paul Hall. Concluded around half an hour ago, so we're going to speak to you about some of those things. Welcome to everyone in the comment section. Big up all the other vloggers. I see Ryan LFC saying up top, bless up. Fire Ryan in the building. J. Ross, Fresh God. Alex, who surprisingly, I saw him in the press conference. I don't know what capacity he was there in. And he kind of stole two questions from the vloggers or the media who should have asked the question. But see, Alex there, Mr. Dre, Tyrone, top 10. Yeah. The intro of the long months have to get you guys watching Baggio. You understand me? So bless up. Mr. Dre. Bless up, set speed. Fresh God always in the place. Thank you, my brother. Jason. Yeah, man, I don't know what Alex is there. I had more questions, but because Alex was there asking questions, I could not get to ask the other two pertinent questions. Alex, you're not press, brother. It's called a press conference. You're not press. Stay out of the press conference. I don't know how you get the link. Who sent that to you? Who you're representing, Alex? Don't understand what's going on. But nonetheless, big up Alex. Same speed. All right, big up to the sponsors, Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it most. If you need to get up to 250,000 Jamaican dollars right now. If you want that in your hand today, go to Prestige Finance. They're located in Linstead, St. Catherine. Listen, they offer you low interest rate, 0 to 4%. There is no processing fee, same day processing. When you get there, just say, listen, I heard about you from I Am Sure Sports, and they will sort it out. People, big up to Launch Legacy. Launch Legacy, yes, big up to Launch Legacy, where they handle risk and seek legacy for all your personal insurance needs in Canada Canada and the USA, visit Launch Legacy at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. All right, wonderful. All right, now that is said and now that is done. Yeah, man. Unseen in the building. Bless up. Oh, he was representing. Big up Unseen, man. You're like, what? Okay, I see. So you work for Unseen. Unseen, your money tall up, man. You're employing agent. That's a very good tool. All right, wonderful. Very good thing that. But before we get into those 5 matters concerning the press conference, for those of you who are fans of the JPL, the regular season of the JPL concluded yesterday, and they're heading into the playoffs now. All right, they will be going into the playoffs, right? And so in the playoffs, what you will see, watch this, you will have Mount Pleasant playing Cavaliers on Sunday. Those games are actually scheduled for Sabina Park, but I think they're going to play at Arnett Gardens, and Arnett Gardens will be going up against Harbor View. All right, the winner of the Harbor View versus Arnett Gardens game, the winner of that game will play against the team that finished in first place, I believe, which will be Waterhouse. Second place, which will be Dunbehulan, and the other two teams, the Cavaliers versus Mount Pleasant, the winner will play Waterhouse. The top two teams qualify for the next round of the first and second will qualify for the next edition of the Caribbean Club Championship. All right, and so that's this weekend. You'll have these games being played, and then after that you'll have the semifinals of the league and the final and the third and fourth place playoff. All right. Yes, so that's it. All right. So let me get into it. So some of the things that were discussed at the press conference is, of course, as you know, Scarlett has been drafted into the team. Some of you would have heard that. And goalkeeper Jamali Wait has been brought into the team. So those things Paul Hall addressed. He spoke about their inclusion into the team. He also talked about the in-game management of the team. But most importantly, he discussed, question was asked of him about the exclusion of certain players. One of those players was DJ Daniel Johnson, who was at the National Stadium, who in an interview with This and That TV said that, he's always available, basically suggesting that he had not been called up. And Paul Hall, in response to that particular question, all right, in response to that particular question, he did not call Daniel Johnson, but he did communicate with him via text message as to the reason for his exclusion. Again, so this is suggesting that this was an omission by Paul Hall that was discussed with the players. That's what he said. He said he texted the player to explain to the player his omission from the squad. All right. It doesn't mean it's the end of the road. He also, in response to that same question, said that DJ and Ravel play in a similar position, and therefore suggesting that Ravel looks so good playing in that particular position that it would be, how do you bring in Daniel when you have Ravel, because one would have to possibly be on the bench. So the reason we can take from that is, one, the coach thought that Ravel Morrison was the best option at this time. All right. Big up Sarah Holmes and Duckland just jumping in. Garel, bless up as well. Right. So that was Paul Hall's response to Daniel Johnson. All right. He was also asked about Dylan Barnes. Enough is never enough. There is room for more. Big up Brain Drain with the super chat here. Right? When it was asked about Dylan Barnes, he said Dylan Barnes broke down in the game against Catalonia. That's why he was substituted. He had some sort of injury, a calf injury. All right. So he had a calf injury, so he was omitted. He was called up. The injury, I believe he didn't get over it. Nonetheless, he went on and he said that Dylan Barnes was released by Queen's Park Rangers and he's also in search of a new club because that is his bread and his butter. All right. So Dylan Barnes had an injury, a calf injury, broke down in the Catalonia game. So he was substituted. All right. He's looking after his bread and butter. That's why he was not called up. Right. Again, this is the coach's decision. All right. Giving you what he said. That's two. When he was asked about Anderson, the right back who plays in the Eredivisie now, who was also at Lazio, all right, who has he could play for Suriname and Jamaica, all right. His paperwork is in the process. The coach did say that they have had numerous conversations, but until there are obviously some matters concerning his paperwork, and until those things have gone through the system, it's going to be difficult for him to call the player in. That's what the coach said. Yes. All right, so let me answer this one by whom. So the goalkeeper situation is that Andre Blake is back in the squad. He'll be there to keep. And then you have Amal Knight is out with COVID. So you have Kemar Foster, Eric Edwards, and Jamali Wade. But Andre Blake he said it's a huge boost for the team to have Andre Blake back. Richard King is going to be out. All right. I did ask a question about Ravel Morrison, but the coach confirmed that Ravel will be there, because going into the press conference, I had heard that Ravel could be headed out of Jamaica because a new opening came up for him, but it appears that is after the game. All right. So he did say Ravel will be there for the game. He answered that question. All right. So I think his name is Javon Anderson. You have heard about Dylan Barnes. I've told you about Daniel Johnson. All right. He was also asked about Omari Hutchinson. All right. He spoke about, of course, how brilliant and how good he is as a player. And the fact that his paperwork, his documentation is taking a while to go through. And that is the reason why he's not included. So that's the coach's answer to those things. When he came on to Anderson, he said that he has spoken to. So you know that by this, there is a problem with the right back position, because the coach did go on to say that he has spoken to more than 8 players about that right back position, including Anderson. So because he wants high quality in every position. So he's suggesting that he needs high quality at right back. So you can take from that what you will. He also said that there are other players that he has been seriously recruiting. And some of these players have said they are waiting to see what happens with England before they get back to him. So, and I'm believing that they're waiting to see if they will be included in England's World Cup squad. Because maybe if not, they will opt for Jamaica. But he did speak about other players in England that he thinks would be fit for the job. However, they have told him that they're waiting to see what will happen with England. All right. I'll soon get to all of your comments. Hey, Alex asked a good question. I mean, it was so good that I just had it in my mind, but no wonder we remember it. Alex's question was a good second question. I don't even remember what it was. I just had it and I was just going to talk about it. But Alex asked a good question. What was Alex's question? The second question that I thought was a good question. I can't even remember. Alex, was it really that good? Because I can't even remember it. It was a good question. I just can't even remember it, people. Yeah. All right. So, but, all right. So I'm going to give you some more. Let me take. Right. There you go. Michael Woodburn. Yeah, the development players. Alex, ask about the development players, about the 16 and 7 thing, right? And so the coach said, like, listen, ideally 16 plus 7. And he did mention, like I said last time, that when he says developmental players, he's not talking about players playing in the JPL. He's not talking about players who are born in Jamaica. He's talking about young players. And he went on to speak about all the players in England, young players that he's speaking to. So when he speaks about 7 developmental players, he's talking about young players. He mentioned like Akwasa Chong. So you don't have to be playing. It is not creating a slot for JPL players. It's not creating 7 spot for players born in Jamaica. He said the 7 developmental quote unquote slots are for players locally born players, players in the Americas, and players in Europe, including England. So that was the question that Alex asked, the second question. The first question was a more footballing question that about the president of Mexico and things. So we didn't get a clear answer as to whether or not Lambert will be in the center back position or he will stay in midfield. We didn't get a clear answer on that. But one thing I'm sure about is that the coach realizes that we need to make some adjustments at right back. So let me get some of your comments because I don't want you to think like I'm ignoring all of them, but I just wanted to lay out some of the things from the press conference, answer some of the questions, and then I'll give you some more. All right. So all right. We have a caller coming in, so let me take this call. Hello. Hey, how you doing, sir? Ryan. Fire Ryan. How you doing? Yeah, man. Welcome to the show, man. Oh, hold on, Ryan. All right, Ryan. They said they're not hearing you, but I am hearing you. So, all right, I'm going to cut off the call and call back in 2 minutes. I'm going to see if I need to reset the box because they said they're not hearing you. So let me do that. I'll call back in 2 minutes. Yeah. All right. So yeah, man, Ryan, when you're ready, let's see if we can call back and then see if we have it done and set. Should be hearing you when you call back. So he was asking about Daniel Johnson. All right. So let's see. These gadgets sometimes give problems, so just make sure everything is up, set, and running. I think everything is set. So when you're ready, Ryan, let's see. You can call us back. All right. So yeah. So that's what the coach said on those matters. So the 7 players are for blooding. Listen, I think as all right. So Ryan is calling back. People, tell me if you can hear him. Yes, Ryan. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, man. So are you hearing him now? They said it sound like you're in a car, Ryan, and the window is down. Yeah. I am hearing you. I'm not hear Ryan at all. Can't hear Ryan, not hearing him. No one can hear him. What is going? Hold on, Ryan. All right, so we should, but hold on, Ryan, don't hang up. Are you hearing me, people? Are you hearing me? All right, so wait, just wait, because maybe it'll take a little while. Let me see if they're hearing me. If they're hearing me, then I know what I'm going to do, Ryan. So hold on, don't move, bro. Come on, people, quick response. Are you hearing me? Yes, all right. All right. Balotelli are basically done. Yes, we are hearing you, Mannings. All right, Ryan, so put you on speaker. Go ahead. Let me do it this way. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, viewers, and good afternoon to the host, Mannings man. That was a very interesting answer by Coach Bala, that Raven Morrison and DJ playing the same position. But in my opinion, we don't have much quality midfielder in the Reggae Boys team. Although if he said him and Raven Morrison play the same position, but Terry making and Raven Morrison play the same position.
Yeah, it was a very strange answer. Very strange answer. But I have my own theory still, you know. It's maybe conspiracy theory, but I have my own theory.
I wonder if because Junior Fleming they don't want to have two in the side to upset the rhythm of the squad.
I think either there is some player issue. I don't know if because he brought up Ravel, didn't bring up McGee. So I'm wondering if there's an issue between DJ and Ravel. I don't know. That's one. Or two, is it that there are financial constraints? I don't know. That why do I bring? But it will not make any sense here. But why do I bring this person if I'm going to play Ravel? Like, why would I fly them here if I'm going to play Ravel? But then you bring, Rolando Aarons, who is also on the bench, and DJ is already in Jamaica, so it can't be a money issue. You understand me, Ryan? Yeah. I don't know.
And be honest, still, I strongly believe.
Hold on, there, Ryan, because JC Guna just put up something here. No issue between DJ. Don't put that out here. You have to listen. What did I say? Jason, no, let me just say this. Jason Guna, without due respect, just listen before you have to listen to everything a person says before you make a comment. In the same way, a person can suggest that it is money. In the same way, a person can suggest that the coach have an issue. Because you can suggest things, but when I suggest something, you're telling me not to put that out there. I did not say. I made sure I preface my argument. Let me Ryan, hold on. I said, listen, I have a theory. I mentioned, could it be, because Ryan mentioned Junior Fleming, could it be an issue with the two players? Could it be an issue? I mentioned, could it be money? I went on to say, sir, if you listen carefully, I went on and I said this, but it doesn't make any sense. You have to listen with all due respect, my brother. All right? And go ahead, Ryan, because I'm not going to respond to anything. Go ahead.
Yeah, it kind of, it not sound good, and if it's an issue is there, it should evolve, Bridget. We need our best player them in the team, because Daniel Johnson better than Tariq Magee. playing more game than Tariq Magee, better than Speedy Williams. Daniel Johnson can play on the left hand side, Rafael Morrison play on the right hand side. I have Lambert in the holding midfield, right? But I don't know that as we say, the coach and him have the last saying. He's a coach. He must know what he wants. But sometimes you have to question things. And we're short in that era. We don't have a lot of quality in that era. And I think that's one of our Jamaica biggest problem, our midfield. We don't control the game. Or we're supposed to control the game, and also we don't create a lot of opportunity and give the striker them most opportunity to create opportunity. So when they win the midfield, most of the time when they win the midfield in football, they win football game. And oftentimes Jamaica lose the midfield.
Exactly, which is what I'm asking. But you know what he also said, because we get a lot of things. You get a lot of things. We get a lot of things. We get a lot of things wrong. For example, I tell you one of the things we get wrong. He said, this is what he said. He said, because, like I said, I got reports that Ravel has, a club basically on the verge of signing him. Which is, so Coach Paul said, that is the reason that Ravel was not in Suriname. So Ravel not. So what that means? You remember persons were saying that it is because of the travel and all of that, but Ravel was not. It had nothing to do with travel in terms of through the states, because you notice when they came back on a chartered flight, and whatever means they went there, Ravel could have gone with them, but he was negotiating some contract.
Okay.
Yeah. So
anyway, mornings, man. Big up yourself, big up to the viewers and people. Smash the like button. Wish your boys them all the best tomorrow. Don't forget cheap points. This Mexican team. This Mexican team is there for the taking. So I hope the boys them come out. People come out down the block tomorrow and come support the boys. So let us see what happens. Watching the program from her. Big up, brother. Keep them.
So Ryan, let me ask you. So would you bring in DJ and drop Maggie? Because many people are saying that Maggie should be in the squad.
No, I either never drop Daniel, either never drop Terry, Maggie, or Speedy. I don't think Speedy as a midfielder. I know he must be improved for the last couple. The last Gold Cup, come out of the last Gold Cup. But in the World Cup qualify, no man. We have to try to move away from Speedy Williams, not to be a starter in the team. Coming off the bench, I would okay with that. But starting for the Reggae Boys, as a midfielder, don't take risks. As a midfielder, when you look at him passes, most of the side of your back way, not much forward pass because he's afraid, and then he put other player under pressure by taking one touch. He don't know when to take one touch, he don't know when to dribble, he don't know when to pass. And that's the same thing I have in Flemings. If Flemings can understand or adapt when to pass, when to shoot, when to dribble. And if decision making is very, very poor. But big up to Fleming has been improving the last two games, as we may see. 2 weak opponents, let's see if he can do it against a Mexico team. So yeah, but big up to him. But I don't want to see Speedy starting, folks. Coming off the bench.
But what I'm saying, what the coach is saying, though, is that Daniel Johnson and Ravel, and I would suggest Magee plays the same position. So if
Daniel Johnson, Daniel Johnson is much more mobile. He can play anywhere in the midfield. Tariq Magee can't play anywhere in the midfield. He cannot. DJ can play anywhere in the midfield. So that kind of surprised to me. Ravel can play anywhere. He can play as a number 6. He can play as a number 8. He can play as a number 10. DJ can do it much better than Tariq Magee. Not great, but much better than Tariq Magee. And he have the most experience of game on that bed. Right?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I don't know. But the coach make him decision. The coach explain himself, and that's what we ask the coach to do. Clarity, and I will get it. So we can't bad. We just have to still question it. But we have to just move on. We can't live by the still thing. He explain himself. So coach decision. You understand?
Yeah.
Look a bit, brother.
Yeah, man.
I watch yours.
All right then. Bless up, bro. Yeah, man. All right. So, yeah. So that is it right there. You know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, how do you measure that? Do you bring in Daniel Johnson and then drop Maggie again? You know, I'm not sure. Yeah. Let me take this one. Champ, we did say that there 14 of them are leaving directly to the place, directly to Honduras. All I said there, people. Let's see if we can take this one. Hey, I'm live online. Live online, you know. Yeah, man. I hope they're hearing you, you know. People tell me if they're hearing. We have the coach here. I mean, calling in. So are you hearing the coach? Because so tell me if you're hearing the coach, people. We have the coach online. We want to make sure we get it going. I don't know. So hold on, coach. Coach. So let's see the people. Let's see. Let's see the people. Now here. All right, let's put it on the speaker. We'll go again. All right, go ahead, coach. I'm going to try to fix this once you come up. But go ahead. What say you? Good afternoon and welcome, coach.
Yeah, good afternoon, man. And all the people in the comment section. Pick up for yourself. I think this press conference, the brothers continue to dominate and asking the pertinent questions, and I see people still stating that they are not satisfied with some of the answers. I don't know what else we should do. I'm going to just probably send, when we have press conference, man, in the probably can send the link to some of the fans and then come in, because
no, what they need to do is the day before the press conference, they need to send all the questions. Knowing that we only have 2 questions, so and have a poll. You understand me, Coach Binzi? Have a poll and which of these 5 questions we should ask.
Yeah.
Because no matter what you ask, you're going to come short. It's just 30. It was a 30-minute press conference with around 30 persons. You know, and you have like 2 questions, and the coach give very long-winded answers.
Yes. And we have to respect him answering the question. And in all fairness, whatever he answered, I have to believe.
Yeah.
No, when I get the opportunity to ask another question at another forum,
Yeah,
and he give a different answer now we can realize where it's actually going.
So you can verify with me that he did say DJ and Ravel play the same position.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And he said he spoke to DJ and said he sent a text message to him. Yeah. So
DJ understand why he's not in the team. And it was good for him to be there to support the player.
He said that exactly. He said that Dylan Barnes was injured.
Dylan Barnes injured and trying to sort out
in bread and butter.
As well.
In bread and butter was the exact words. There you go. And this working on his paperwork, and Omari working on his paperwork. I mean, I don't know, like I said, when you ask the pertinent question, there are still going to be stuff left. No, we can only speculate as to why he selected McGee. You understand me? We can only speculate. That's it. Because at the end of the day, the coach's choice, and no matter what question we ask the coach, I don't know, the coach makes a choice, and we just have to believe him or don't believe him, and everybody is free to make that decision. in terms of the belief. Yeah, but he also spoke about trying to find many persons. One of the things that one of the things Coach Minzy, right? He said this. He said that there are many players who he's looking for, even in the CDM position.
Yeah.
All right, he said that. But then he said that there are players who are waiting to see what will happen to England with England.
He's waiting on players to what?
Waiting. Like there are players who said that they said to him that they are waiting to see what will happen with England. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So like how does that equate with the commitment statement?
It does basically have to listen, not everybody is giving a full-blown commitment, no, because of other opportunities that might be available.
Yeah, but if the coach says in a previous press conference, I want players that are committed, right? And he gave some excuse, and he said the only excuse you should have is family or injury. So in this press conference now, you said that some players are waiting on England. Is that a good enough excuse?
No, but remember, those players are ones that he has not gotten to play for the team.
Okay.
So that's the difference.
Okay.
That's the difference, yeah. So I think the commitment ones that they are mentioning as the reason are ones that would have played already. But yet, when you call them up, they still have these issues. These are the event veterans are the ones that he's trying to get.
Okay. So these are the players who have not yet played for Jamaica. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Alright, so
yeah, man.
That's my contribution.
Yeah, man. What time your show start later? Can you have,
probably about 3 o'clock. No, 3 o'clock 30, probably about 3:30.
3:30 people jump over to the coach's desk with the style and the flavor of the city lock. Hello, Coach Minzy, come out with a bang. Hey, Coach Minzy.
Yeah.
You use one of them things that were the madman down a mobile use the fire extinguisher thingy.
You use one of them?
When you come out with a bang, and that you use. All right, bless up. Yeah. So there you go, people. All right, let me see if I can fix this thing so I don't have to do it this way. Let's see if we can get it sorted out. Yeah, people, I think sometimes when the coach give an answer, I don't know. We have to just work with it. We have to just work with the program. We have to just work with the program and have some confidence in what the coach is doing. I think sometimes we build up many conspiracy theories and all of those things and create more pressure than is necessary on the whole system, right? I see Everton Jackson here saying that management, there is a few factors to be looked at in how Paulo selects his team. 1, his 16 to 17 criteria. 2, is there a development player in a position ready? 3, bringing down the average of the team to 24.5. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, maybe those are the things, and that is the thing. How do we how do we look at the team and know what is the coach selection process, or do we just allow him to do his job without question and then judge him, say at a 6 month or a 8 month or after a couple of years? Is that what we're supposed to do? But I don't know if this Daniel Johnson, Ravel Morrison, because it's a little, to me, there's a little bit of contradiction, because he said when the Kevin Lambert thing, somebody followed up on the question that I asked. He said that one of the things he does in team selection is selecting players that can play in different positions, and he made mention of how Lambert just dropped back into the center back role. So the advantage you have with a DJ is that DJ can play more than one roles or multiple functions in the team. So why wouldn't you select him, seeing that he can play beside Speedy or he can play in the number 10? So I don't, so that's something. Management is half the U20. I go by charter, the rest is straight crazy travel through Mobile and Atlanta. Man, them there. No, so remember when I gave it the number, I gave it the list of players who are going on the charter on Wednesday. Some of the players are leaving on Tuesday because the charter flight was arranged late because there was an outcry. All the players could not get on the charter because of the size of the aircraft. So majority of the players are going to go, and the others who all right, so there were two things. One, some of the players could not go through the United States for all of them to go on the flight. So the ones who, for visa reasons, could not go through the United States had to go on a charter flight. So those were put on the charter flight. The persons who, for visa reasons, could not go through the United States, they are going to go on the charter flight directly to the venue. The others, right? The others are going to go through Atlanta. It's not that difficult, trust me, right? Because they can go through the United States. All right. I think given the timing, it's a reasonable arrangement, in my humble opinion. Since Hall stopped trying to play him as a CDM, then yes. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's Rob Simit and management. Players who have multiple options as to who to represent is not a commitment issue, in my opinion. Many countries actually give dual nationality players time to make. Yeah, which is what he's saying. He's saying that, listen, so that's what Fresh God and Coach Minzy explained, that these are not the players with the commitment issue because they have not yet committed to Jamaica in playing. They are just, so I don't know. What I am believing is that maybe if some of these players are excluded from England's team in the World Cup, they probably will play for Jamaica. Yeah, man, is a charter flight going to form the basis of another conspiracy theory by ball? No, explaining the charter flight. The players who don't have a visa that allows them to fly to the United States, those are the persons who are on the chartered flight. That's it. I don't know what else. The man them with visa are got dead when them reach 14-hour layover. But those are leaving. What I'm saying to you though, Champ Deck, is that the players on the chartered flight are getting there on Wednesday. The other players are leaving Jamaica on Tuesday. So all of them, so how the charter flight is arranged is that, so when they leave out on Tuesday, when they get there on Wednesday, all the players are going to be arriving in Honduras at the same time. At the same time. Once you can fly through the States, like I said, that America is a visa. So if they have the visa, it is a, again, what I will say is that there is not a quote-unquote delegation. It's like the team manager and the coaching staff and the medical persons. From the list that I have seen, I don't see no GenSec, I don't see no vice president, I don't see no president. I don't know if they are going, but from the list of people traveling, I have not seen any of those. Right. So that was it. Want to so the press conference, I think when the coach speaks, we have to just observe and see how things will work out, how they will pan out. You have to give the coach room to work. his plan. Yeah, questioning his every move makes exactly no sense. Give him 1 year and judge him on results. It is very interesting to also note that all of this is being done, but there is no contract signed. There is no contract signed. And I am wondering, this is just me, if there is, and please, Jason, big up. I am wondering if there is any connection or the reason for the delay, if there is any connection with the position that the coach took and the delaying of the contract signing. I'm just wondering, like, could there be any delay because of that? And if so, yeah, how it's going to pan out? Yeah, man, welcome, persons who are just joining in the rebuilding phase. Now it's time for the coach to make his mistakes. We have 4 years to get it right. Not 4, 2026. We are in 2022. It's not actually 4 years to the World Cup, but the qualifiers is really qualifiers start a year from now. Around a year and a couple of months from now, we start playing qualifiers for 2026 in the rebuilding phase, right? We have 4 years to get it right before bringing in the youths with potential and giving them exposure is the right move. Big up Jeremy and Miller. Rob Smith says, so the charter not big for everyone. Make it make sense, please. No. Remember, some charter flights are like private jets. They are not commercial airlines. They are not commercial jets, right? So a person operates a chartered company. So for example, when Leon Bailey or Usain Bolt or even Shelly and Fraser and those guys, they don't take up a plane that can hold 100 and odd person as a charter. That don't make any sense. There are smaller airlines or aircrafts that does that. All right. Yeah. So that's what I know about charter flights. We can't question Hall and McGee versus DJ's views. Hall has limited resources, squad of 22. He's looking at how he wants to use a player. McGee needs to play better and force Hall's hand. Ain't that crazy? No contact. Gunner's boss says, big up Gunner's boss. If you can't land in the United States, if you don't have a US visa, in order to get there, those without a visa have to find alternate routes. There you go. Yep. I bet you JFF met the youth them sleep in at the airport. Kiss me teeth. No, sir. They have a place that they're going to be staying. Camp Deck, I did a whole video on this, and go back and watch it, no man, and I bring up them things. We went through the whole of this, man, that the parents came in and the parents made all of the array. Where we are go back over them thing here, man. But people are never, with their whole video on that, man. Go back to the video, man, and all right. So I know what I'm going to do. Basically, the plane can't hold all the planes. That's it. You know, we went through the whole of that already, man. We call out every single person, every name on the chartered flight, except the pilot and other people. We call out the name them. I'm going to tell you that the players going there, they're going to stay in a hotel and seeing all of that. And then everybody meet up. The game is on Saturday. They get there Wednesday morning. They train Wednesday evening, Thursday, Friday for the first game on Saturday. I mean, if the delegation is going to go, boy, I don't know. All right. Let's see if we're picking up. We're picking up the calls now. Hello. Yeah, welcome, caller. Hold on, caller. I want to make sure. Yeah, man. I want to make sure the people are hearing you. Welcome to the show. Yeah, this is Pioneer people. Let me know if you're hearing the call on the line. Yeah, man. All right, but what say you? Go ahead and share your thoughts. Okay. All right. hold on, Pino. Just go ahead. All right. Go ahead. Just go ahead and yeah, man.
Yeah. So when we ask no man is man, if with this the shorter flight thing still but even the people who look at one to the executives can look at it like this, you could assemble all the players them in Jamaica and get a bigger plane and fly with everybody from Jamaica.
Yeah, but remember there was no money to like we went through this already. Like I said, we did an entire show, almost 5 hours, talking about not the money not being there. Some family, some parents of the players, we spoke about it already. They came in, they chartered at short notice, they chartered a flight. There were some players who could not go through the USA. They ensured that they put all of those players on the chartered flight. They arranged the next flight with the players so that all the players would arrive the same day, the same time, including those on the charter. They have hotel for the players to stay in when they get into Atlanta so that everybody will be, all the parents arranged. We went through all of that already. All of that was done already in a video. Yeah, man, I know that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, some people might not know, but you can't transit through the United States if you don't have a United States
visa. There you go.
So, as we said, you have to get that alternate route. Yeah. Yeah, so I understand that, but I never understand the short notice thing and all these things. Now, sometimes I have to say, if you don't tell me, I don't know say these things, that thing will just come up by a short notice. Because if there was time, then all I'm saying it could have, that could have been done, but that is could have been done. That is Monday morning. So that happen.
Yeah, man, but your team just made big moves, man.
Huh?
Your team just made some big moves. Arnett Gardner, man.
What's going on over here?
Yeah, man, their superstar player just moved to North Macedonia, man.
North Macedonia, so
straight from Arnett Gardens, gone play Champions League qualifiers. To play in the Champions League.
Okay, we never say nothing about that still. Yeah, bring some good news to me. When I progress to something you do, so if I youth have talent and can go there and make it better, it can help himself, and help him family, and help him community. And that's what I look forward to. I don't think we are doing that's why I'm saying now King Champion and race me against champion, building black with saying.
Yeah.
And that's why you will motivate a few more and a few more will motivate a few more. And that's what the thing go on. And so really back better we say, what I say?
Definitely. And they're also, so they're going to play Harborview on Sunday in the playoffs to go to the semifinals of the Premier League as well.
All right, that's a big up to the Junglers, big up to Charles, one of gold, the players, big up Omari and the team and everybody over there. Management, big up yourself in a great way, just go and keep up the thing,
Yeah, man, so who is winning tonight? Who is winning tonight?
Tonight, I still see Boston winning tonight.
Boston?
Yeah, I see Boston winning the odds game, man.
Isn't the game in Golden State in San Fran?
Game 7 in San Fran now, that is that. But let's see, because we know what team can win Bamwood. So you understand? And I thought this series would have over like tonight with the Warriors would have been 3-1 because I think Warriors still. I think Warriors in 5, but after game 1, I am confused, so I right now just have a game by game. You understand? I don't know.
All right. Respect and thanks for the call, Paddy. Much appreciated, man.
I'm great thing, man. Go on the great thing, man. And people in the comment section, the people who watch the show, but they come over there like the thing. I wanted to watch it, and about 60 and I will like it. Yeah, man, that really algorithm like the thing go on, the thing can go on, and the check can go on. So that's all the people make me ask for that. Like, comment, and share. Please all thanks. One love. Catch you later for the next show, man.
All right, bless up, fight it. All right. Yeah, man. All right, people, I need to fix this. I don't like, it don't look professional when we have it. We have the thing there. So let me see if I can fix up this calling thing. I go mute myself for a little and then reconnect this whole thing and see. All right, so you should be hearing me. So let's hope that when the next call comes in, I don't have to be putting up the phone up to my ears or up to the microphone so you can hear it. Yeah, man. So yeah, but I think listen, I think we need to give I always said, allow Coach Whitmore to pick who he wants, play how he wants, and then judge him at the end. I said the same thing to Coach Paul Hall. Allow him to pick who he wants, plays who he wants, and then you judge him at the end. That's my thing. Give the coach room to work. If he feels, then you go from there. But it doesn't help to question his every decision, because I guarantee you, if all of us were to secretly select a starting 11, there is going to be, if 100 of us do it, more than 50% going to have different players in different positions. There may be some consistent players, but in certain positions, especially if you're going to pick a squad based on all the available players, it will be strange. So we have to allow the coach, because there's never going to be a team selection where someone doesn't object to a particular player. But I think sometimes we operate in a way like it is wrong. Things are not wrong. They're just it's just another way. It's just another way of doing it. It's just another player to select. It's not that the coach is wrong. A coach could pick this game. He could pick Corey Burke for the next game. Is he wrong? No, it's not wrong. It just didn't work. It just didn't work. So that's all I am saying. All I'm saying is that allow the man to pick the team that he wants to pick, exclude who he wants to exclude, include who he wants to include, and then we judge him at the end of everything. All right. This is a good example, right? Tennessee says the only people who have a problem with my starting 11 Mannings is those who want to start McGee. But that is it, Tennessee. That is my point exactly. If you pick a starting 11 without McGee, then you and Brain Drain going to have problems. I can tell you that. He has a problem because Brain Drain believes it is McGee plus any 10. That's it. Yeah. So who is right? You selecting a team without McGee don't make you right. You selecting a team with McGee don't make you right. And the next person wrong. It's just a different way. It's just a different way. And so the coach has a different way of doing things, and we have to appreciate that and give him room to operate. Meaning, at the end of everything, because at the end of the year, end of the month, end of the contract, or the end of the game. No. All right. So let me give you my thing. I did say any person who they are giving the job, they must give them no longer than a 2-year contract with the option of extending it. And why are giving them 2 years? Because that gives you enough time to change to change the coach if he's failing and getting a new coach, giving him at least 18 months to work a team. So at the end of the first year of the contract, you do an evaluation. And if the person is failing, you say, listen, we're giving you 3 more months. And then after that, you can fire them. So you put in there a clause. I think we have to go ahead because we can't have this where we have coaches and every time you want to release a coach, the money can't pay and that can't pay. No, you have to construct the contract in such a way that it gives you some leverage, that if the person is not performing, you can remove them and get in somebody with ample time. So I'm not thinking about, but and that's just my opinion. A next person may have a different opinion, and I'm saying that is fine. You see, people, brain drain says Maggie and any 10. Simple maths. You see that, Tennessee? So how you and Maggie going to sit on the same committee to pick a Jamaica team? Tell me that now, Tennessee. Because how you and brain drain going to sit on a committee to pick a Jamaica starting 11? Because there are people who believe that DJ should be in the squad over Maggie, you know. Brain drain says Maggie is supposed to start. And we're just 2. And that's a coach. Is King still? Who make up? Yes, King is still out. But I agree that we do need to give him time and freedom to express himself and do what he wants and not to have a bag of hands in the kitchen. Yeah. Ishmael. Bless up, Ishmael. White tall. No bill with no style. Some believe he should pick only those that they like, but I guarantee you, if they were in the same position, their choices would be critiqued too, even more severely. Yeah. That is true. That is true. All right, we have a call coming in. Let's hope that everything is up and working and running this time. Hello.
Yo, man, big up.
Big up.
It's a Jeremy and a call, man. It's a Jeremy and a call. You know, I've been listening to the program.
Yeah, man, hold on, Jeremy. I want to make hold on. I want to make sure the people hearing. People are hearing the caller because we just try to fix it and tweak it. So I hope that they are hearing you now. So let me see. Let me get. All right, go ahead, Jeremy. Just say something. Let me see if they're hearing you.
All right, so this is the point.
They're hearing you. They're hearing you. Go ahead. Yeah, man.
Am I hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So you have a lot of folks who don't really pay attention, you know, and they keep on, you know. I see you get kind of frustrated sometimes, you know, like something happened from last week, and some people just catch on now. You understand? I'm not quite sure. So, what man is one of the people, for those of you who just catch on, you must start something with JFF that, you know, when them not mess up. You know, I try get the young players, them don't make their mind turn. So the charter flight right thing, and everybody can, you know, it's like what do you call it? A smaller plane, right? So certain people don't have the visa to go certain way, blah blah blah. But anyway, the main thing I want to touch upon is the coaching situation. I asked about this the coach from a long time, you know, and I talked to the military man and all that, you know. So not because the man is a local coach, people, that doesn't mean that the man can coach, right? We have to give him a chance. Right. Number one, we don't have money, you know, I have to get a coach, you know, from overseas, right?
So we have to get him a chance. Jeremy, they're not talking about it's Paul Hall that the people talking about, not the under 20 coach, it's Paul Hall.
Oh, but the under 20 team. Okay.
What they're saying is that people are questioning like Paul Hall's decision. Well, we are saying that no, just give him some time. If he leaves out a player, leave him, make him leave out who he want to leave out. Let him pick who he want to pick. And then after a year or so, you evaluate him. Or you say, listen, after...
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. Now, if that's the case, and this is what I keep on telling people, and this is why me and some man, you know, getting some stuff, because man have big banner of want them play this and that. Because at the end of the day, the man that starts something new. Just make the man do him thing. If him feel after a year or 2 or 3 years, you know, but we can't kind of judge a man after 3 or 4 games, right? Because according to Paul Hall, him want to start the system from scratch. You understand, man? But we have to give him the time. We can't just breathe down the man neck. You understand? And him even talk it. Him say, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose game. I'm gonna win it, but we have to lose to get to where we going. You understand, man? You can't just get paid and work, right? So Jamaica football is gonna go in it's not state. What you call it now? Repair, right? So we have to take some time to come out of the road so we're in. It just not gonna happen overnight because this long ball thing, right? With Palal, that will play for all this time. He might try to implement a passing system, right? So every coach, you need some time to stamp them own little thing, right? So we have to give him some time. We can't just rush him and I say nah, this and that. We shouldn't wish man is man. Me and you don't know where my plan, right? We don't know where my plan, so we have to give him the time. We have to give him the time because he might come with something where the island don't have. Because what I mean by the island don't have is like he might try to change the playing style. And according to him, he might start from the grassroots, from the 6-year-old, the 7-year-old, So that's what we need. So people, we have to give him some time. We just can't just rush him. So even Manning's Man show, right? Manning's Man show just start off, right? So, right, you have a few call and you start to build up yourself and build up, right? But, it's going to take time, people.
Yes.
Yeah. So we can't just rush and we have to put in players and try something, try that player, because if we follow everybody Manning's Man, right? Everybody have a player, right? Put them one player, right? And the coach will look for him play and he might try to play him, look for him play and try to play. So we have to give him some time, But I want to ask you one question. If you think this is an idea that, that because what we are doing is a movement where work. I know we have money. I know we have some money problem, some cash problem. If we if we want to get international coaches, right? I say after Paul Hall gone, I say Paul Hall no workout, or even if I'm the girls them thing, carrying a coach and say, listen, I coach him overseas and say, listen, we don't have the money. But if you carry this team go forward and this team start reach forward and they start pick up sponsorship and they start pick up this and pick up that, then we can give you a contract. And then because sometimes, the way how I see things go, is sometimes the sponsorship would not want to come on board, especially right now with the failing JFF all over. That sponsorship do not want to come on board. So it's hard to attract money. It's hard to attract money to get a good coach, right? So if we make a deal with an overseas coach and say, if you carry this team go forward, and when them reach a certain level and the sponsorship start to come on and this and that, then, whatever money come in, blah, 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 right? It belongs to you. Do you think that's a good idea?
I think you have to be a little bit more detailed that, because if you say to the man, if we qualify to the World Cup, the money belongs to you. You still have that's
no. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I wrote it wrong. No, I wrote it wrong. Then when the sponsorship start to come, it's gonna be a contract, right? Because if you take us to the World Cup, right, and we start getting all these, it's gonna be a dollars and cents amount, right? In written. So if you take the team onto this, right, and when the sponsorship, start to come on board, right, then we can afford to pay you this. But right now we don't have the money right now. But if you take us forward, it's a contract, right? Then can't go back by it, because once the sponsor start to come on, right, and the money is there, them have to pay him. Now if the sponsor don't come on, it's like
no, but
it's a risk to take to
Robert, no, but you can't sorry, Jason, Jermaine, sorry.
Jermaine.
Here's the problem I have now. Listen, the federation, I not take. Remember, it's not like these people are sitting down with nothing to do, All right. So if I am a coach, remember, if I earn, for example, £1,000 in England, that's almost 200,000 Jamaican dollars. All right. All right. So if I earn £1,000 a week or every other week, that's 200,000. Why am I going to leave England and come to Jamaica to work for 100,000 a week? And hoping that the team does well. I don't control those variables, because people still have stuff to do. What needs to happen is that there needs to be a negotiated salary, and the JFF need to go and find sponsors. Listen, honestly, I don't believe it is that difficult to find somebody to pay a proper coach in Jamaica. It's not that difficult.
So, okay, so what's the hold up then, man? Is man somebody incompetent or them have the money? You know what I mean? Them a lie or what?
No, they don't have the money. I don't think they are. This is what we are saying. Is that all right? I don't know that there's an active marketing department or active marketing person in the federation anymore because that person left the job. These are the issues that need to be fixed. So how are you going to get? Yeah, all right. With this under 20 team, with the under 20 team, I'm telling you that in a short time, the money for the players was found by people. So there are people with money who would do it.
But that's what I'm saying. You know, it's a private citizen, right? That,
yeah, man,
you know what I mean?
No, man, it's company, like, like, all right, say you can call somebody and say, hey, listen, we need to get this plane. It costs around, it costs 70,000 US. All right, and you just say, hey, you just call and say, hey, Jeremy, listen, man, we're gonna send formula out by you. Just send a check down, because we need $10,000 to get this plane. Because me know that next time when you have an event, you're gonna call me. Yeah, you have to have those kind of contacts in certain places.
May I understand?
There you go.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So what you saying now before, right? You saying that I don't know. I remember a few months ago them hired this new lady. She was gonna be the new what you call it. She not there no more?
No, that didn't work out.
Boss, you're living under a rock. She gone long time.
Yeah, she gone long. she in fact she left before she started, right, Fabula?
Precisely.
She left before.
Because I remember, it was a big thing. You know what I mean? I just say, you're the JFS lock this and lock this. So she come on board. Good Lord of mercy, man.
Well,
so man is man. So this is the part of this, man. So why is it so hard for I think it's because they're feeling that's why they can't attract no sponsors. Am I correct? Or people just don't trust them?
People don't trust them, boss. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to clean house and get sponsorship.
Hold on a sec, Jeremy. Military.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, Formula is going to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, man.
Let me make you understand what is taking place, right? There are issues. Corporate Jamaica seemingly has an issue with the JFF's level of transparency and accountability where the finances are concerned. They don't trust the JFF. That's the moral of the story, basically. So when they when the JFF tries to make it seem as if there is something wrong with corporate Jamaica and corporate Jamaica are the ones that are not coming to the party and they aren't, coming through and they aren't providing the help and they don't want to help. I don't think that is actually the case. I think
I think we all know, so that's a damn lie. We all know it's a JFF. I don't trust them for 20 cents. So nobody fool upon that. You understand? So that's why so me call in and talk to man like only, I get the full thing where I go on. You understand? So yeah, man, I appreciate you guys, man, all right?
Yeah, man, all right. Blessing. Yeah, man. Thanks for the call. Yeah, man, every time.
Yeah, man, cool.
All right. I have one of my my very astute subscribers, and I'm gonna probably let you respond to this formula. He's watching, but he's not able to call in and stuff, so he has typed. He says the business model is far too approximative in Jamaica. There are several ways to make the budget, but after the fiasco with the reggae girls in France and the expenses of the federation, yet not pay the ladies plane or even cover their food costs in Leon, which sponsor want to be associated with that? All right. Yeah. You're right. So and people have had sponsors before because this goes on to say that, but given, like you said, the trust issues, the transparency issues, the accountability issues, and then on top of that, I think what has compounded the issue, in my humble opinion, is on top of that, the team has not had major success. Because I think if the team like won the Gold Cup and qualified for the World Cup, I think some of those things would have been overlooked by some sponsors. But when the team isn't doing well and there's no accountability, no transparency on those things, you're not going to get any money. What do you think, Formula?
I agree with you 100%. The difficulty lies now in the fact that without resources, it is difficult for the team to perform. That's
Well,
where the difficulty lies.
well, that too. That
So,
too.
question I want to ask you though, Mannings. The parents who stepped in recently, did they turn over monies to the federation or did they go directly
No.
to the vendors?
No, Mo. So what happened? They made all the arrangements. They got the money
Mercy.
to the charter place and all of those things. Made all the arrangements. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
them just go straight to the vendors and never give a
They just
damn
took it
about
up
the
on
federation.
themselves. They just took it up on themselves. Made who needed to call, got the plane and say, hey, all right, bam, all right, don't worry. We are going to get 14 of the players on a plane for you. 14. You understand? We're going to get a plane with around let me see. With us, yeah. Wait, I want to get the exact number now. You were going to get a plane with a certain amount and then you just work out the rest. So that is why they were able to make better arrangements now for those who are taking the connected flight and have the layover, because a lot of the resources so all the resources were covered for more than half the delegation. When I say delegation, I mean including the traveling delegation, including the players. So what that means is that they have more money now to make better arrangements for those who are going to go in Atlanta. You understand me? Right. So let me see if I can get the number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. So 16 persons, which includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 14 players and 2 adults traveling with them.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's cases like this in a Mannings that really don't put the federation in a good light, because the fact of the matter is it's circumstances like this that prove that sourcing funding is not an issue. The issue is the person who is sourcing the funding.
Yeah.
Issues, circumstances like what took place with Sidela Marley for, if memory serves me right, it was the Pan Am Games, where she got the sponsorship. I think it was 45,000 US dollars to fund the tournament for the reggae girls. But it was on one condition, that the monies not be turned over to the federation, they must be paid directly to the vendors.
Yeah.
The JFF was scraping for how long I tried to find the 45,000 US and couldn't even move the needle, Sidela just step in and bam, bam, bam. She
And
never
got
put in fair money, She sourced the funding from multiple partners in corporate Jamaica. And this was after the World Cup. When the girls just done come from World Cup and went there and represented well. And the JFF could not gather the funds to sort out the trip to the Pan Am Games for the girls.
Yes,
But Sidela Marley do it in no time.
I think this is what happened. And so these guys just did it. And they just say, all right, listen, we take over this and bam. Which is, I think, going ahead, you're going to see some of this happening. Right? Until probably there is change. What do I mean by that? Because I still think like arrangements are being made for like the girls. that I think are not being made with resources being channeled through the federation. You understand me?
So hold on, Manning. So what you're saying is that,
Yeah.
so what you say, Manning?
So for example, I'm gonna give you a good example. Say if I had say I'm in tourism and I have we have a call coming in. We have a call. Let me just take this call. Formula. Welcome to the show. Fire Ryan in the building again.
Boy, gentleman, can't hear any of on the show at all about Jeffrey, but I'm not forget invite. Come on to Jeffrey, I'm gonna make them breeze, brother. So, man. So 14, so parents put together one parents buy them ticket.
No man, like one parents led the process and just call. You know when you're big, you can call certain people in Jamaica. You understand what I mean, family? Yeah, certain people in Jamaica,
man.
when them call, them get money. Cause they are influential like that. So when they started calling, it was no problem to get the resources. In fact, I think some of these people need to be included in the operation of football because they are influential. They can make one phone call, Ryan, and check get drawn. I'm telling you.
Mannings, man. Them not gonna get included. JFF not gonna allow that. JFF watch a video on TVJ. And the man said could have burned tire. Could have burned flat. Could have burned anything at the JFF or the stadium. No, seriously, brother. It's a trust issue when it comes on to not getting sponsor. I hear you talk about the team not performing. Yeah, that's X factor. One of the case. Why them not? But look how much team in a CONCACAF now qualify for World Cup, but yet still them have a bag of sponsor. Eh?
Yeah.
Look how much team in a CONCACAF now performing, now win the Gold Cup, now qualify for the World Cup, but yet still them have a bag of sponsor. Now, man, the Football Federation, brother, it need a whole soul change, brother. And it not gonna happen now. It have happened in the 2023 election. And the president them, when it come on to the Paris Association, them need to fix up, them need to change the brother. You understand? At the end of the day, brother, sponsor don't trust them, brother. It clearly them have an issue with money. You have a thing where the mother always say you red the eye. Yeah? You have a thing where mother always put your hand in hot water, boil it up when you thief people money or you take people things on the field. The man them too ready eye, brother. And that's the thing, ready eye and want too much for themselves. Nothing wrong if you take, you know. Everybody, every government, every organization take. But what you put back in. No, JFF not a mercy upon the people in Jamaica. They might take everything. How come they have an under 20 program and we know say at 2 years in advance we know say this is going to take place at this time. Oh, we not prepare for that. Brother, as bad as taking on my youth, every day we ball so we don't have the money, you know, people have to help the JFF, you know, brother. That not look good, brother. That not look good. For me know Jamaican football them a ball for help.
Yeah.
Because we have wrong people in the wrong position, brother.
True. You know what though, Ryan and Formula. You know that because I was going to explain how some of these things work, right? So FIFA want the money, you know, which is cash, to go through the federation. Kind don't have to go through it. So I can provide kind. You know them say cash or kind?
Yeah, man, I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean.
So say they are coming, so the team coming to St. Anne. And they book one of the hotels for a training camp. I could say, I will give you my 2 tour buses to do all your transportation. Because I am not giving them cash. And I'm not really, you understand me? And what I can do afterward is to give the invoice so they can present it in their budget as an expenditure and write it off as a donation of kind, not cash. Yeah, that makes sense?
Yeah, man, I'm following, man.
Yeah.
It makes sense, man.
So I think that is what happens sometimes. So if Sidela Marley, for example, if the girls are going to do a camp in Atlanta, she could find a restaurant that is owned by a Jamaican to provide all the food for free. But a parent may pay for the food.
In other words, Sidela Mali is running the girls' program.
No. Hypothetically speaking. Yeah. But I'm telling you how. Because, yeah, but you know, Ryan, we can get things done. I don't want to say it, but there's a way to get past the system of giving money. Or if they say you have to give us the money because of that FIFA want. There's a way that they can still do it without them getting the cash in their hand.
But Mannings, them want the money in them hand. That's the issue. Them the business board away there. Them the way that you're suggesting. Them the business board that.
Yeah.
John, family, I'm not telling a lie, brother. I feel down, brother. Listen to this conversation, brother. Remember, brother, we are all big people, brother. We are all big people. This is bad, brother. This is bad.
Really
nobody
bad.
can trust you. It's bad, brother. It's very, very, very bad. Nobody can tell me nothing, brother. But right now, if I call Dalton and say, boy, Dalton, I send 100 ball, 100 bib, 100 cone. Which one of them you want? You want me to send the ball or the money? Which? Knowing the facts that the man want the ball and the cone them, you know. No, man, send the money come, we buy it.
Yeah.
That's how the man them operate. Mannings, man, may I tell you, we're now going no further. More than just go and stick a semi-final, or go and look a final like man in the Gold Cup and we lose. Brother, we need a big change. Mannings, man, it's bad for know that nobody can trust you, brother.
Yeah, but Ryan, you know what I was saying earlier, see, Rob Smith is making the point here now. You see, Jamaica had qualified for the World Cup because people would put money in it, you know, because that's what I keep on saying. One of the things I will always say is this: at the end of the day, even if the organization is deemed as corrupt and untrustworthy.
Yeah, man, Mannings, man, go around the show and family. I'm now book it up and look a bit. So go around it.
Right. Yeah, man, dress up again, man. Yeah, man. Right, formula. Yes, if the team qualified for the World Cup, I think people would want to attach their brand to the World Cup. So there would be, it may not be enough, but I think people would. Because at the end of the day, even a bad organization, if you have a team that is successful, you can get money.
You know why, Mannings? I'll tell you why. Because in a scenario like that, if the team were to qualify for a World Cup, giving a company, giving their resources to the JFF or sponsoring the JFF.
Hold on, Issa Allen. Go ahead, fam.
In that particular scenario, a company sponsoring the JFF, the pros would outweigh the cons.
Yeah.
That is the reason why, if we were to qualify for a World Cup, corporate Jamaica would still be supportive. You see, before we qualify, the cons would outweigh the pros because people would be giving money, and from the stories that we have heard, they don't know what is taking place with their money, if the monies are going to what the monies were supposed to be designated to be dealing with. But if we qualify for a World Cup now, corporate Jamaica would have said, to hell with that. I just want my company logo on the Reggae Boys jersey in the FIFA World Cup. So the pros would outweigh the cons. Them no business where the money will go at that point in time.
Yeah. We have Issa Allen online. What say you, sir?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with Family. What is the sense of sponsoring a team if the team doesn't make it to the World Cup? You want exposure for your brand. Where it's going to be exposed when the Jamaican public don't like half of the Jamaican team do. They don't turn up to games, etc. So where is it going to be exposed? So it don't really make any sense if me as a huge sponsor take up money with all the things that are being said about the team. You understand? If they qualify to the World Cup, that's a plus for me to come on board. But besides that, there's nothing that entices the Jamaican public to want to be associated with that brand. You understand? And it's bad. Like, the president, the VP, the general sec, or then get up and face the public. Like, or then get up and face the public, come out in the public and then know what the Jamaican public think about them. We can't understand it.
Yeah.
When you get up and look in the mirror and say, all right, yes, I'm going to take on a task now to Jamaica football, and people have no trust, no belief in it. You start out, a lot of people, yeah, go ahead.
The question I want to ask people is that in the previously run administration, was there corruption, and did that prevent sponsorship?
When you say corruption, we have to be specific, because I don't know of any corruption in any previous regime of JFF. So me can answer that. Yeah, if you say corruption, be specific, because
Mannings.
that.
Yeah. Under Borrell, the federation seemed to have had the trust deficit wasn't so large. There seemed to have been, even though people used to allege that foolishness used to go on, but there seemed to have been more trust and faith in that particular regime that
sorry, family, I want us to be reminded that one of the biggest scandal in the history of FIFA included Jamaica.
Yeah.
So there was some level of corruption because it was brought, it's still in the courts up to today. Nonetheless, because the team had greater success, I think.
No, Mannings, I don't agree with that. Okay. I see your point, but I respectfully disagree. I see your point, and it's a fair point. But
I respectfully disagree as well.
Okay.
I think that Borrell provided, from what I hear, from the outside looking in, Borrell would have provided greater checks and balances to these particular organizations looking to sponsor, means of accountability and transparency to these organizations. So even though there were still issues with the federation, companies would have had a greater sense of security knowing that their monies would have been put to the designated purpose that it was supposed to be put to. I don't know what you think about that particular.
All right. I want to hear the other person.
And also in corporate Jamaica, Captain had a track record. You understand? People were
go ahead. Sorry.
In terms of business, running a business, as Pamela said, checks and balances. So it would be easier for someone in corporate Jamaica to answer.
We're coming to my point because though you guys are disagreeing with me, the previous administration did not get sponsorship because there was proper checks and balances with the JFF, because they were failing on the FIFA accounting stuff. There was no information being provided. The constitutions were changed privately. However, the charismatic nature of the leader and other persons in areas of high influence, and also our connection with the president of CONCACAF, where most of our resources came from, was critical. That is why when many perceive a less corrupt person to come on, one of the things that was done was that when Boxhill came on, all the resources from said CFU
dried up.
And he failed.
Mannings.
Listen, though he was not corrupt, there was no sponsorship going into the program.
Mannings.
Corruptly. So
Mannings.
Go ahead.
That was the worst time in Jamaica's footballing history. People act like say now it's bad. We now want to go back to the days of Boxhill.
Our president was actually suspended. But he could still get suspension and still go there and get $10 million.
Yeah, but Mannings.
Because of his charismatic nature and the team was having success.
Mannings. Yes, I agree. Everybody knows that there was issues then. But as I said, this is just from the outside looking in, from what I would have
Hold
heard.
on. Foreign Spider says it's because the YouTube thing wasn't going on then. Because everything would have been different. If they were it's Formula and Coach Minzy and Ryan and IMAX it and Sports Down the Middle and all of these people were out and military Guna. Maybe it would not have happened. But go ahead, Formula.
Now, I was just saying that there's a difference between mismanagement, of certain aspects of the finances and mismanagement of sponsorship money. So I don't know if you get the point that I'm making. I was always under the impression that sponsors were dealt with in a manner befitting. I don't know if I'm right or wrong where that is concerned.
No. What I'm saying to you is this. So when the sponsors, remember, like if you go back to even the campaign, when sponsors came to the stadium, a lot of products were launched. They would come and distribute those. So what they were getting, they were generating revenue. Their backs were being scratched because of the success of the team. So even if their $10 million was used to do something outside of football, they were getting it back in terms of product value. So to them, the corruption didn't matter because they were getting back value on their money. Because the team was doing well. When the team started failing, remember when the team started failing and all the bakery thing came up, the program suffered financially. And that is where the deeper connection was made with the CFU, where most of the money started coming from there and not from, because people said, no, sir, this cannot continue. So I'm saying we have always had this. But when the team is successful, and I agree with you guys, we need the money to make the team successful. But when the team is successful, people sometimes overlook the, like, for example, let me say it this way. If a person look at Formula and say, listen, if I give Formula $10 million, I can get back $100 million. I don't care if Formula want to use that $10 million, and go play some 3-card or some marble and lose it. I am going to get. So to them, the $100 million return is way more important than what you do with their $10 million. I think that is how some people viewed it back then. You understand what I mean? Because the returns were so high because of the success of the team. That to them, listen, if you want to use it, do that and do that, a fee him problem. Me and make money. When they stop making money, they stop sponsoring. That's what I
That is true.
Yeah.
But Mannings though, to be honest, I don't know, because if I as an individual is offered a post and I'm in the position I'm doing the work, but the confidence of those who I'm serving is not with me. Mannings, come on, man. You have to do the honorable thing to make the program or whatever you're doing go forward. If you realize you now cut it, you have the confidence of nobody but your friend and your combo them. Like, just do the honorable thing, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, me no know as a man, if I am doing a job, me want confidence all over. The people who me I work for, whoever me I serve, me won't need them confidence. If me not have it, why it make sense again, man? It's like, me no know. As a man, me know how them do it. Like, come on, bro. Like, me no know. Me just think that it's a terrible thing. To help save Jamaica football, we not have confidence in them. So just do the right thing.
All right. Yeah, man. Thanks, man. We have a next call coming in, so thanks for your time. And listen, Unseen is going to, Formula is going to respond to you.
No, I was just saying quickly that is an easy thing to address. The fact of the matter is, one wonders what my crickets would be if it was not for football. This is a gentleman who is sitting in meetings across the table from the Honorable Olivia Babsy Grange. This is an individual sitting in meetings across from people who are high value, high society people, politicians, government ministers, seeing some top people in the country. Without football, would he still be in that position and still occupy that kind of status? More than likely, no, he would not. So he's not going to want to leave that particular situation where him a quote unquote top man in the country, occupying a high status, so to speak.
Yeah. I see. Carla, welcome to the show. Let me just read a couple of comments and then have you chime in. I like this, and this is what I'm saying to the people now. This evidence is there that this is what was happening. We were being funded by a lot of money is coming through the CFU and not sponsors after a while. But these people, let me say this because Carl Blake made a very important comment that I want to address. He said that the JPL has sponsors for its team. So let's stop talk crap. Sponsors do not trust Ricketts and company. It's not all about. There you go. It's not all about team success. That's what we are saying, Carl. We are agreeing. But if the team is success, there are many persons who successful. There are many persons who would overlook certain issues and still put money in the program. Not all will, but people will. Listen, a millionaire wants to be a billionaire. So if he can give you 10 million and get 100 million, many people will do that, even if you use it for the wrong thing. A good example is why you think certain people give money to politics. You think they believe that politics isn't corrupt? They do it. Why? Because they know when this party wins, whoa, man, I'm going to get a massive contract. That's 100-fold the money that I gave them. So I don't care if they want to keep party. I don't care if they want to buy bicycle, bus, or train. I don't care if they want to ask me feed for build a school and then build a own private house. At the end of it, if I get 100 million more, I'm okay. Some people think like that. So both are important. Go ahead, Carla.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself.
Yeah, man. Tennessee. Yeah, man. Bless up Tennessee.
Yeah, man. Big up, bro. Big up.
I never don't call nobody else name because Eddie has said me have caller ID, but I truly know the people them voice.
Yeah, man. But when me I say, the man them better listen what you say. Because you see what you say with the success at that drive the 1980, the success when they have reached the World Cup and all them kind of thing. Because him money, just look at it the simple way. If a team did have more success, you would even have more people at the stadium.
Yeah, exactly.
If team not perform
even if the GFF corrupt.
Even if the GFF corrupt. All right. Remember, money, it's maybe worse things just to go on back in a borrowed time, but the technology catch up with this federation. Because remember, in a borrowed time, we have RTR, TBC. They're not doing nothing. You understand? Even if they pick a team, only thing you can do is start a radio station, complain a little bit, but that's not happen.
And them time they are one line the station of.
Yeah.
So,
you have people like you know.
Yeah.
You have people like you know, Pamela, all kind of YouTuber. I'm not giving news every single day. Whatever they get this at first. Yeah, you understand? I remember, just like how Jamaica program crash with the corruption, I see him way Jack One and Trinidad go down. See him in the same way. Trinidad even worse than we right now. Because I remember at one time Jack One was vice president of FIFA. Yeah. You understand? And Borrell and Jack One was top friend. So when manager say a serious thing in my job, he used to worse formula, but the performance of the team, let them get a lot of sponsor. People overlook certain things. You understand? Because of the success of the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I remember that listen to money and I remember the time that I'm in a family, I say, me not say Borrell was the upright man, like, you know, maybe charismatic and so. But the same thing you see one back in the time, maybe worse. You understand? I just believe that technology now catch up with this federation and add more pressure because more eyes depend on money. You see me?
That's a fair point, Tennessee. That's a fair point.
Yeah, I can remember now. Everybody, most football fans, we support him and Jamaica. I believe everybody there YouTube. You understand? But nowadays, we never know where to go. You understand? You can listen to things on the radio. But I want to tell you, in that time, man, I never have TV. I used to listen to the radio. You understand?
Yeah.
So,
You used to listen to Ed Barnes and
So
the comment.
now-
You used to listen to Ed Barnes. The commentary.
I really listen to-
And Lindy
I-
Delapena. They man, they had the commentary. Have you
Really?
listened? Yeah, you mean, man.
Of course, I JPL and the thing I really listen to.
He never
So,
named, he never he didn't name JPL them time there. But yeah, Craven A League.
Premier League.
Craven A League.
Premier League.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo,
man, but-
that's crazy though. Craven a sponsor of a football competition.
That's true.
That is just so off brand.
Craven, how Red Stripe used to sponsor?
No, Budweiser used to sponsor Champions League.
Yeah, and Heineken.
Yeah, but but that's different. Craven have more. Remember, sports promotes health, and good health, Craven has a more devastating impact on people's health.
Formula. Yeah, that. Right now, I know JPL that is some sponsorship from Mataran. If they
not Tony though.
No, we don't think you understand that. You can't say that now, but I just think that is money. Sponsorship, I just sponsorship. See? When we say sponsored by anybody still, but there's sometimes you see if you look upright sponsorship, maybe we never get done. We have to just take what we can get right now and work with it. You understand? I mean, we can get better sponsorship, but right now, I don't see this JPF. I get no kind of sponsor right now.
Yeah.
Right now, we're right. Unless the team, right now, as my man is saying, unless the team qualify for World Cup and people don't care.
Yeah.
Just
Brain drain know the quote I'm talking about. You see, brain drain reads a lot, so brain drain can tell you. John Madden, John Madden, NFL, people, NFL people know John Madden, right? Died recently, all right? Said winning is a great deodorant. It covers up what stinks about your team.
okay.
If this Jamaica team did qualify for the World Cup and say they go to the World Cup and go semi-final, you know how much money listen, here's what businessman think. Businessman is not thinking when they are investing, I wonder what they're gonna do with my money. You know what they are thinking? How much money me I gonna get? How much money me I get in return? And if they seem, I'm telling you, most, not all, but I would say the majority of business person, if what they are getting back is astronomically higher than what they are investing, they pay little attention to what the money that they are investing is being used for.
But money, remember, you're not going to give nobody your money because you like them. You give people money because of where you can get out of it.
Yeah.
Because remember, if you have a look sponsorship, you have to go tell me something good where me can get out of it, so me can get my money. Me not going to give me money because I'm sorry with you. You see me say? You have to give me something where me can get out of it before me I go my money to me. And the money are millions of dollars.
Yeah, man. True. Yeah, man. All right, Tennessee, when me hear what family have to say in response. Thank you. Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, man. Big up yourself.
All right. So, formula. So what you think about that? You think like cigarette companies and those things should not or like, I don't know, like cannabis is a major industry now. Could they sponsor a sporting event?
Cannabis or cannabis?
What they call it? Cannabis. I don't know because I don't. It's cannabis. Can they sponsor? Thank you so much for that, sir. Cannabis. Can they sponsor a major sporting competition?
Yes, yeah, man, they can, I wasn't saying they can't, I wasn't saying Craveney can't sponsor the JPL. But and we'd be happy if Craveney does sponsor the JPL. But it's usually, I think sports nowadays is moving down the direction of affiliating their brands. I mean, with organizations that are more brands who are more health conscious, so to speak, want to affiliate themselves with sports. So I was just saying that it was a little bit off-brand, and it looked a little odd that a cigarette company is the main sponsor of a sporting event, and sporting events really and truly promotes, good health. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
No, I totally agree to you. But Heineken, isn't Heineken the Champions League sponsors?
Yeah, of the Champions League. Yeah, man. I know it happens, but it just looks weird to me that a beer company is sponsoring football. Like, for
Champions
instance,
League? Yeah.
look at for instance, and I understand why they sponsor it, by the way. It's totally understandable. From certain aspects, it might not be off-brand in terms of to the people who are sitting down watching the game, who would be sitting down watching the game drinking a beer. But perfect example, Ronaldo, the Coca-Cola was on the desk, he moved it. Seen?
Got into trouble for it though.
Yeah, true. But it looks a little weird to me sometimes that brands who are not really health conscious are aligning themselves with sporting events. I don't know if it makes sense. Not saying it's wrong, just saying it's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe because they have the most money. All right. I'll give you an example, right? Gambling is illegal in Jamaica, right?
Gambling illegal in Jamaica?
Illegal.
Once it is okayed, so to speak, by the gaming license authority, then it's not.
So suppose are you okay with like one of those major but Supreme Ventures is a company deals with gambling, but they sponsor even our youth sporting things.
No, all right. I don't think people get what I'm saying. I'm not speaking about it from an ethical standpoint. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, and I'm not really speaking about it from a health standpoint. I'm just saying it looks a bit off-brand.
Okay.
For a company that is the opposite of health conscious to be sponsoring something that is supposed to be health conscious. That's all I'm saying. It just looks weird and looks strange. Not arguing it from an ethical standpoint.
All right. But Peter is online. Peter, there's some noise in your background.
Oh, hold on. Let me see.
Yeah. Formula Foreign Spider say you pronounce cannabis right, Mannings. Cannabis don't trust formula pronunciation.
No, Manning said cannabis. That's how he pronounced it.
Isn't it pronounced cannabis? But see there, that's how it is pronounced. I thought, but I started.
All right. If Foreign Spider says so, I'm not going to debate on that because my understanding is it's pronounced cannabis. But that's
and then here's somebody saying that I didn't even notice that beer is actually considered food in Germany. See all these things you learn every day.
Is it good food though? Is it health conscious food?
All right, go ahead, Peter. Your time.
Yeah, you still have the background noise.
Yeah, but you can go ahead. We're hearing you. You can go ahead.
All right, let me know if this better.
Yeah, man. Whole lot better.
All right. Yeah. Well, first thing I want to ask you is, the last time we spoke, we probably don't get a chance to check it out, but were the executives sleeping on couch beds in Suriname, or you still don't know that?
They were staying at the same place that the players were.
Or say that one more time, man. They were staying where?
Wherever the players were staying, everybody was there, including those guys. So I don't know what the rooming arrangements were, though.
Okay.
But everybody was staying.
No, you said some.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you said that the parents were able to get half the money for a bigger charter flight, but the JFF couldn't come up with the other half. How many of the JFF?
No. What I said is that, because remember, we don't know the cost. So the parents, in short notice, they were able to get a flight, a chartered flight, that could only accommodate a certain amount.
X amount.
Right.
Yes.
So what they did, they
Yeah.
covered the full cost for it. So there are 14 players. These are the players who, for the most part, they would not have been able to travel through the USA for any connected flight. So they sent those players and 2 persons connected to the team in terms of support. So that's 16.
Right.
So the other thing was no, that would mean the federation has more money to better accommodate the players who have to do the layover in Atlanta so that all players can arrive the same time.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So I won't even bother going on that road.
But what people are
But, you know,
asking is how many persons from the federate, like the executive of the federation, going with the team.
Right.
From the list that I saw, I don't know if they're normal, but from the list that I saw, I don't see any like vice presidents or parish presidents or, but maybe you know, maybe they don't put their names on it and they still travel. I don't know.
Right.
But we should find that out though. I think it is important that we find that out.
Yeah. You know, last week when I talked to you, I asked you about what kind of person Ricketts was. Seemed like a person with, you know, seemed like a nice person. And everybody that know him, I'm trying to say he's a nice person. But I said to you that if he's not leading, no matter how nice he is, then he have to step down. And also, maybe it wasn't on I think it was on Coach's Desk, where I called it and I said the silence from the parish association is definite. And you said something profound, I think yesterday or a couple of days ago, where you said that Bruce Gaynor is from Moby, right? Am I correct?
Yes, he's from Montego Bay.
Yeah, and you name out the other 2 VPs and where they're from, them parish where they're from.
Yeah.
And you said that, you know, being, you know, obviously they had to be influential in their parish to be where they are today.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it is very striking that, because you said it, that they can't even go back to their own parish and even ask for some help.
Yep. That is what surprises me.
Yeah, that is very striking. And I talk about the parish association being the silence deafening. But I don't know how a federation or a company or anybody that you're running a business and you're the leader and you see failure all around you. You know, how do you not say, all right, one or the other, how do you not step down or even come to the public and do damage repair and try to ensure public trust? And I'm not just talking Ricketts now, because when you mentioned all them things the last week, or whatever you mentioned it with the Bruce Gaynors and all, it even struck a chord with me. I'm like, well, it's not just Ricketts. All of these guys supposed to be influential.
Listen,
they can't even come out in the public.
Have you
and
heard?
Say, look.
Exactly. No one has come out. The person who they sent out is the person at the travel agent, right, Famila? And the other person who has spoken is some impromptu interviews and a couple of call-ins to the president. You have not heard from anyone else. Paul did a press conference today. You have not heard from the team manager. None of the VPs have spoken. You haven't even heard from one parish president. These are the alarming things. That's why I said that. Like, to me, like the major news networks in Jamaica, these are the things they need to question.
Right. And we have to stop. This is not acceptable. We have to stop accepting mediocre. And even if this was the norm, it has to change. Because if it doesn't, you know, we're going to have this conversation 4 years again after this. And you know, I hear you talk about the team, the success of the team and sponsorship and all of that. You know, when Leon Bailey said that, you there?
Yeah, man, I'm still here. I'm still here, Peter. Go ahead.
Bailey said, Leon Bailey said a couple of years ago, whenever it was, that
if the team don't qualify.
if a team don't qualify, it's going to be because of the JFL.
Yeah.
And it is really true, you know. You know, every wheel in the cog, or every cog in the wheel, have to be running good enough. The item said the chain is, you know, the weakest, is strong as the weakest link. All of this stuff that's going on with the JFL filter into the team. You know, Antonio missed a window. This was because of the JFL. That window probably would have been different, you know, had Antonio been there. You understand? Some of the other players who never made it to some of the windows, we don't know, but maybe some of that was because of the JFL. And had those players been available, those windows would have been different. Maybe would have been in the World Cup. So it is true. You understand? If we don't have the top set properly, then we don't stand a chance to survive. So we have to find a way, brethren, and how we're gonna do it. Or we have to find a way to make some change, man. I mean, this is serious. This is really, you know, when Ryan was talking, I was gonna call in from them time then. When Ryan LFC was talking,
yes.
and hear him say, "Oh, him feel down." You know, just before Ryan called in, I'm sitting here, and I'm saying to myself, I can't remember the last time I felt so depressed about anything.
Whoa.
I'm here in America, I know, Greg, and I feel depressed about this whole thing, you know, because I love the country, I love the football team, Greg. And I was there when the man that qualified for 98, and like Cataract say, he might wait for even open the bottle of wine. I wait every cycle, I say, yeah, we're going to qualify. I'm still await. I'm not getting no younger. You know, and these people make you wonder if you're going to live to see the team qualify again. It has to change, man. It has to change.
Yep.
And we need to try and hold them accountable somewhat. We need to chase them down with a camera in front of them. I said, Mr. Gainer, how come you not say that thing? Some rickets, how come you not talking to the public? You know, why you don't step down and shame them, brethren? You know, if we can. Because that's what they do here in America, you know. You can't hide from the media, you know. They will chase it down. They will camp out all of your house. And I'm not saying we need to do that, because I know Jamaica different. But somebody push a camera in front of Bruce Gainer and Mr. Ricketts and all of them and say, how is it the federation so pathetic and you guys don't come out, don't have the courtesy people come out to the public and the fans? I see you have empty stadium. It's because of you guys. Because none of you even come out and try build back do some damage repair and build back some trust in the people. I say, hey, look, this is what we're doing. This is what we're going forward. I will end with this. I have a brethren who is very high up in Jamaica. I'm living in another country now, but you know, it's very high in the regional, in the Caribbean region. And him say that when you leave, you have to do several things. And I might not get this all right, so forgive me. Him say you have to have a plan. You have to execute a plan. But what is also important, you have to let the people know what your plan is. And as you execute it, you inform the people.
Yeah.
So whoever it is, so like us, the fans, the GFF, need to come out. They need to say what is their plan going forward. And they need to try and execute that plan. And even if there is a breakdown, they can come back to us and say, look, we tried this and didn't work. Here is what we're going to do. We're going to try plan B. That help restore some trust.
Yep, absolutely.
And one day, managers, I'll tell you who this gentleman is, and you will know.
Yeah, man.
You know, and these are the things, man. These are the things we can't keep accepting. It's bad.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the call, Peter. Yeah, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Greetings,
yeah, man.
And greetings to Formula.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Bless up, boss. What?
Yeah, people, let me just read this quote, people. This is from John Maxwell. This is what Peter was just saying. I always say this. He says, everything rises and falls on leadership. That's a quote. We also term it as what they call it the leadership lead. You know him do it, the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. And in it, he said, the meaning of that is that the leader determines the limit and the potential for the organization to grow. Because at the end of the day, everything rises and falls on leadership. And so if we are a failed state, it means that our leadership has failed. If football is failing, the JFF has failed. If track and field is failing, the J3 is. You understand me, formula? At the end of the day,
Yeah, man.
leadership has failed. But go ahead, formula.
I was just saying that Bruce Gain already told us what we needed to know long ago in comments that he made. You know the comments I'm referring to?
About all this boy, man, you think a party shop we are run?
No, man. Another patty shop comments me I referred to. Years before the patty shop comments. He had once said that where the thought they go again? We create the problems. You remember that thought there?
But are we we must fix it?
We must be the ones to fix it.
Fix it. Yes. I do remember that. I do remember that
Him
indeed.
done already tell we. Him done already have give the answer that we need for the questions that we
If
want
Mr.
to
Gainer
ask.
is listening, we want to know what you're running because, like I said, it's not a party shop. We want to know. I think it is important that we know what it is. But listen, Coach, you know that Coach Mins is supposed to be coming on at 3:30 to run him thing, start his show. Family, when is your next show?
Either this evening or tomorrow. I think more than likely tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Because it's with somebody else. So that particular person's schedule has to be sorted first.
Okay. Yeah, man. All right. Somebody saying is not asking if it is Bruce Gainer that made that statement or Gregory Daly. Because Gregory Daly is also from Montego Bay. He's a president.
I remember it being Gainer. I don't know if you who you remember said it.
I will check it and find out. I'll check and find out. I think I can find out.
Let me say he allegedly made the comments then. Since there is but it because it happened years ago, This comment was made years ago. So forgive me if my memory is a bit hazy, but from what I remember, Bruce Gainer allegedly made the comment. But it was probably close to 10 years ago this comment was made. From what I remember, Gainer was the one who made it. So correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. No problem with that.
Yeah.
But I remember, going off my memory, it was Gainer who allegedly made it.
Okay. I see some more things here coming up between I see some things coming up here between Mullines. I'm getting some things about some comments between Mullines and Phoenix and the U20 team. So I'm going to have to go and do some research and speak to the Mullines people and find out and see if I can get. You have the information formula?
About?
That's what I'm saying. I'm just getting some information here. So let me send it to you and see if you can. When we end the show, you can go and check on it and things. I'm just getting that. First, I'm seeing this. I don't know fully what it is about, so I need to go and check it out. But it has to do with Phoenix players, not in the under-20 team, a game with Mullines and them and stuff. So, yeah. You got it, formula? So.
Yeah, man, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, so I need to go and do some check. Anybody from Mullines in the comment section, care to talk to us about squirreling?
Show yourself, boss.
Yeah, if you are from Mullines and you like to speak on the matter, I am here and can answer. All right.
Send it to him, Manning. Send it to him.
So let's send it to you. I don't know if this is actually from the it seemed to be from the Mullines social media platform or something like that. So I'm not sure what is your I do really don't have a question because I haven't read the whole thing, but if there's any information that you'd like to share with the fans who are watching, I'm very sure that they would gladly like to know, yeah. Sir, Oh, you're aware of the comments. So can you shed any light on the comment? Is this something that you could call in and talk to the fans about? So I don't have to do something on it. Just tell us what is it, what it is about, because it don't look like I have the whole thing. I don't have the whole thing. I don't know the background. Like I don't know the beginning of it or the ending of it. So are you able to call in and set the record straight? You know what I mean? I don't know. Or if there's any record to set straight, it would be good for the people. And then once you do that, oh, Australia qualified. Australia qualified. Okay. Oh, Australia beat Peru. No, but Costa Rica. What about Costa Rica? Don't Costa Rica have a playoff as well? Oh, Australia must round out the World Cup, and Costa Rica. Isn't Costa Rica game on the 16th? All right, so let me see if I can let me just do this, people, and then we'll close, and then we're going to jump over to Coach Minzy at the coach's desk. It's making any sense to your formula?
I am getting to some extent what is taking place, but because I don't have the full information on it, I don't want to go too deep into it. But question Mannings, I heard the player's father with my own 2 ears say that the player is currently nursing an injury.
And he said on my channel that the player was not well. So that's what I'm saying, I don't know what's going on.
Virgin, yeah. Yo, me not even gonna say what I'm about to say, Virgin.
Mannings, I don't need to set any record straight. My boss is just Craig on his usual campaign, and I don't want my club name to be caught up with that campaign.
Enough said. Mannings, Brian, enough said. Enough said. Enough said. Because I don't know what the big hullabaloo is all about. The player's father went on more than one platform and said that the player currently has an issue.
Yeah.
So unless the father, I mean, I don't understand why the father would not be telling the truth. That wouldn't make sense to me. That would actually be not in his best interest to say that. That particular statement would not be in the father's best interest to say.
Yes.
But he said it, so that leads me to believe that the statement is credible, because it was not in his best interest to say, but he still said it.
But this is it. Please know that Mullines United was engaged in a Premier League fixture today at the same time. This game was supposed to have been played. As such, we are unaware of those supposed match that took place between Phoenix Academy and Mullines United. Please also note that Valney Brown is not a member of the coaching or management staff at Mullines United. As such, is in no position to represent our club in any way, shape, or form. So Mullines are saying that they did not play a match against Phoenix because they had a Premier League match.
In other words, for those who might not be following, allegedly, Butler is saying that is like the Federation telling that Whisper is unfit because Whisper played a game against Mullines.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Mullines
is refuting
that they did not play a game against them on that day because they played a Premier League game.
And see the manager here for Mullines, and he
Hey Dre, I will give you a joke. Hey Dre, anyway, I will give you a joke, Dre, anyway.
I wanted to see Whisper in it, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I really wanted to see him in it.
Yeah, I think so. I think you'd have been a good addition to the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for I don't know about you, but me I leave this alone. Me I take with myself like me I take Mullines U20. Oh, Unseen is saying that they played against the Mullines U20. Oh, okay. I didn't know that Mullines have a U20 Unseen. So why would Mullines come out and deny this and not say they played against our U20 team? Unseen. So why if Mullines really
But Mullines allegedly is saying that the person who the individual in question allegedly made arrangements with.
Glenroy Gray, who is very is saying that they actually played against Moko and not Mullines.
Oh God! All right, you best leave this alone because this just a get messy, Bertie.
Yeah. So and then Fresh God saying that Mullines don't have a U20 team; they have a U17 team.
Brian is saying we show 10 5 minutes, but
Yeah.
from Brian say arms house Manning's the argument though.
The argument done. Hey, listen, people. Listen, coach's desk on. Big up all of you for sticking and staying for 2 hours and 14 minutes. I will talk to Brian and get back to you later tonight when we do the show. Formula, as usual, big up. Good questions in the press conference. So you always ask them biting questions. You understand me? You know, the coach, what I would say, you know, make sure it's a good one. You know, say you're coming hard. You understand me? So, yeah. So, but thanks for coming on, man. Really, always appreciate you coming on and being a part of the program as usual. So let me know when you're coming on, when your next show is, man, so I can jump over there and show you some love.
Yeah, man, no problem. Either this evening or tomorrow.
At this evening, no, you know.
Either this later on in the evening, man. Late, probably not. Me no know, man. Relax, someone. As me say, I have to speak to my partner, and we will talk.
When you say partner, you mean like
the person who's supposed to be doing it with me. The person is supposed to be doing the stream with me.
Oh, doing the stream with you? Okay,
Yeah.
Not in the stream, the stream.
Yeah, doing the stream with me.
All right. Bless up. So, all right, there you have it, people. AQ says, what is your guest talking about? If the team not qualified, then it's JFL. Was US soccer at fault for USA not qualifying 2018? Bailey need to concentrate on playing. He's yet to give us a standout game. I think that is coming from family, you know where that is coming from? About what? I think that is coming from the comment that you made that when Bailey said if the team don't qualify, if the JFF fall.
I never made that comment. It's a caller made the comment.
Oh, yeah. It is a caller. Yeah, it's a caller who said that. Yeah. But so this Adrian is saying, what is your guest talking about? If the team not qualify, then it's the JFF.
But Adrian, that is a different circumstance entirely. That's a different circumstance entirely. Our Jamaica Football Federation, given their levels of incompetence, I could foresee a scenario arising where the JFF has a massive role to play in campaigns failing. As a matter of fact, it's not new. It has happened before. It has happened before where JFF never have them house in order, and the unorganized manner in which we went into the campaign would have played a massive role in the campaign failing. So
yeah.
I don't know what Adrian talking about.
If you're not on later tonight, because I was show later tonight, right? Probably around 8:30. Adrian are going to let you come on. And the formula can think about his response. And if he's available, then both of you can work it through. But listen, hold on, people. We have Mullines, the manager at Mullines United, calling, and then we're going to close. Welcome, Mr. Manager. How you doing?
Yeah, morning. It's all going. Are you on formula on the stream now?
Yes.
Yeah, bless up, formula.
Bless up, bro. Bless up.
What you want to ask me now?
All right, but I think we got some clarity Because Unseen Sports TV said that your U20 team actually played Phoenix.
That is not correct, sir.
So you're telling me, Unseen, are you telling lies, sir? And because
I don't know if he's telling a lie. I think he's probably misinformed.
Well, Unseen said that you play the U20 team and there's going to be a U20 Premier League. So
it's not no man, it's not all right. So let me
Brian, you're becoming a very good politician, Brian. You're navigating the waters very well,
No man. All right. So let me tell you what happened. So there is a proposed under 20 development competition that is supposed to be played. And I think some Premier League teams have expressed an interest, including us. It's supposed to be played sometime in this month, but all the details have not been finalized because it's not necessarily a sanctioned league or any what do you call it now? It's just a league that is going to be funded by the club. So the clubs that have expressed an interest will play in the league. It will be played in a round-robin format, and at different stages, the different clubs will host games. And the cost for the competition will be bearing on the clubs. The rules will be the same as any FIFA rules that govern competitions. And I think if there is a plan to enter the Jamaica under-17 team in that competition, or not the or whatever camp, or I don't know how they're going to make up the Jamaica under-17 team, but I think either prospective persons who are going to be a part of the team might be eligible to play in the competition or to play with them. So I think it's 7 clubs that have expressed an interest, and then that team would be the 8th.
Okay.
So that's the competition that should be played. We haven't necessarily started advanced preparation for that competition because the truth is we have approximately 11 or 12 persons from our Premier League team that has the age to play that under-20 competition. And so and plus we have other players who
interested
who
in
are
joining
part
the
of
club. Yeah.
Yes, and also we have an under-17 team that is playing in the Vallejo competition, and that's I think the Casafa Vallejo.
Yeah,
you know that Vallejo competition?
Yes.
So there are persons in that team who will make up this under-20 team as well. Further to the game that was played between Phoenix and whoever, because the game was played.
Where do you find that team?
I'm not sure, no man, to be honest, but the game was played at Justice Park. Justice Park is where we train. However, we are not solely the owners of that facility. We have an agreement to use the facility to train and hopefully to host games and stuff going forward, depending on what goes on with the Premier League and if teams are able to host games and stuff like that. The person in question, Mr. Brown, he's not a coach at Mullines. He's not a part of Mullines organization or management structure or anything. So I was not even aware of that game until I saw that post on Facebook. Not Facebook, Instagram. And I'm telling you, if Mullines is playing a game, I'm going to know about it.
Okay, so they played a team from Mullines.
I'm not sure where the team is from.
Oh, but
I don't know where the team is from.
What is the name of the team again? Whomever United?
I'm telling you that I don't know. I don't even know the persons that play in that team. But the truth is, so Mr. Brown and Mr. Butler together formulated that game. I'm assuming Mr. Butler was led to believe that he was playing Mullines. That was not the case. However, further to that, what Mr. Butler is doing is using the opportunity to get at the JFF personnel or whomever you want to get at for not selecting his players. And I'm saying that I'm saying I don't want my club, or the club doesn't want to be caught up in that whole political and
you're trying to clear Mullines' name because you don't want Mullines United to be
whatever it is, because that is a bone that Mr. Butler has to go and pick with the JFF. We don't have a bone to pick with the JFF. We have a player who went to the trials and was not selected. Do you see me coming on streams to curse and find out why he wasn't selected? I'm assuming he wasn't selected because they think he wasn't good enough, and I don't have an issue with that.
Okay. Okay. And next
So
question.
if it is that we were going to start a fire or a war, wouldn't you think we'd want to do that for one of our players instead of doing it for other players who doesn't represent our club?
Okay, I understand it. There's a next question that is on screen. The people from
Sure.
Humble Lion have a major complaint.
What is the complaint?
They want to know, why did you move the game from Effortville and play it at a Dust Bowl, the Prison Oval?
All right. So the game that was supposed to be played at Humble Lion was initially Mulline's home game. And we have a choice to choose to not play our home game at Humble Lion. And the Premier League authority informed us that the only other approved field that was available was the Prison Oval. And we decided to exercise that option.
Okay, because the person is saying that Humble Lion was willing to take on every single cost associated with you.
That is not our problem. That is not our problem. That is Humble Lion's problem and their prerogative. It is our home game, and we were given the option to play the game at the Prison Oval or to play the game at Effortville. And we decided that we are going to play it at the Prison Oval. There's no problem with that.
Okay, so it was your home game.
Yes, it was.
But there was an offer on the table though for Humble Lion to cover all of your costs and bring you to their venue.
And there was an offer for us to use the Spanish Town Prison Oval and host our own game. And we decided to choose the latter.
Okay.
Munnings, remember we don't run the Premier League,
Yeah,
So I'm saying we could get up and say, hey, let's go here and play this game here, and everybody left the ball and do what we say. There were two options provided, and we chose one of them. I don't see any issue with that.
No, what they're saying though, what the Humble Lion people are saying is that it was going to cost you to prepare and get the venue.
But the game wasn't the game played.
Yeah, but because they are complaining that the condition of the surface didn't give them the best opportunity to beat you.
We are not the one that chose the surface. The Premier League persons advised us that is the field that is available to us.
Okay. Well, I mean, you made a choice that is best for your team. We totally understand that.
Regardless of who the choice is best for, I'm saying we got two choices and we chose one.
Okay. I mean, the truth is, because at the end of the round, even if it was played at Effortville and they won by 5, they would not have qualified, because Harborview actually won.
Yeah, Harborview qualified on goal difference. No, Harborview drew.
Okay. Oh,
so Humble Lion, Harborview, and Tivoli ended on the same points, you know.
So if Humble Lion had defeated it by 5 clear goals, they'd have gone through.
I assume so.
All right. So Mullines really held out on Humble Lion hard in. That's good. Yeah.
I'm not sure though. That is your way of praising the equation. I'm just saying that we had two options and we chose one.
This buddy said that. One bro God. Oh, you mean to forget Sir C if you talk with Mullines? Who is this man? One bro God, this man is a manager for Mullines. I don't need to get Sir C. All right. But thank you, Mr. Manager. Really thanks for that clarity. I'm glad that you're able to explain the situation to us. I think Formula and I are in a better place and get a better understanding. And unseen, your information has been put to the test and has been found wanting.
Weighed in the balance.
Yeah, man. All right. Respect. Thanks, man.
Yo, Brian say, no man I don't think he's lying. He's just misinformed. Hey,
this is a real
many forget into management of a JPL club, you know, because it look like it's going to help me to be more diplomatic, you know, me deal with people.
Yeah, Unseen is misinformed. You're misinformed, Unseen. You're misinformed. Hey, Fabio, again, finally, last time we said finally, people, we are gone now from the program.
Yeah, man, take care,
guys.
So
much for joining and being here with us today. We appreciate your company and your time. Thank you again, Formula, and to all the persons who call in, for every super chat, for every super sticker, for every comment. Listen, appreciate it all. Every person who have subscribed, who liked the video, share the video. We thank you so much. Remember, if you go over to the coach's desk, he's running something right now. So join him, and then later on, you can slide back over to I Am Sure Sports. So go, let's all just go over, all 106 persons, just go over there and watch the coach's desk. And my name is Man, this has been I Am Sure Sports. I am over and out. Stay blessed and stay safe.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New Erdis, the body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Orchard Race, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports, check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like, yeah, someone on for the food from we young, from we day, you need height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.